Hi, my name is Jonathan, and I'm applying for the UCI Flex MBA Ambassador Scholarship. I believe I would be a good fit for the role of ambassador as I have some experience working with recruiting students from my time in undergrad. I worked as a resident advisor for 3 years, and one of our responsibilities was to host tours of our dorm for prospective students and their families. I had the opportunity to engage with students who were thinking of applying, students that had already been accepted, and students that had enrolled and chose to stay in my dorm. Multiple times, students told me that I was part of the reason that they chose that school, which was always a huge honor. One time, a student in my dorm told me that she enrolled specifically because I had taken the tour through my own actual room, and she had seen my Nintendo 64, and she was happy to see that the school had people nerdy enough to still own a Nintendo 64. For reference, that console was around 20 years old when this tour took place. In addition, all 4 years at undergrad, I successfully convinced at least one person living with me to apply to become a resident advisor themselves. And that's including my first year when I wasn't even a resident advisor yet. While I can't speak towards what it's like to be a student at UCI yet, I would love the opportunity to tell people all about living in Orange County. I've lived here my whole life and I wouldn't trade it for anything. In 2022, I actually bought a home on the Tustin-Irvine border, partly just so that I'd have access to the amazing network of bike trails that run throughout Irvine. Frankly, in undergrad, I convinced students to apply to a school in San Jose, which had recently been named the most forgettable city in America. I think I would have an easier time convincing people to give Irvine a chance. To conclude, I want to provide a short recreation of the most, let's call it fascinating conversation I ever had with a prospective student. Please keep in mind, this conversation really did happen and this person really did end up choosing to apply. Thank you for your time. All right, that concludes our tour of Sobrato Hall. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, I was wondering, where do you get your water?
Water. So I live up on the third floor, and so when I need water, I just walk down to the lobby, and we have a water fountain, and I just fill my bottle there.
No, I mean where does the school get its water?
Oh, I, I believe the school gets its water from municipal water lines.
Okay, but where does that water come from?
Um, I'm guessing from the Pacific Ocean, and then it goes to a water treatment facility, and then gets stored in a reservoir.
Oh, okay. Do you know which reservoir?
No, I do not.